Class! What did I tell you about not talking about fun, cool things that you like? It's show and tell.
It's Saturday. This intro needs to end.
Hello, class.
We're in a bar.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Jesus, Eric.
Welcome to Show and Tell. Here on Pretty Much It, where we like to talk about, we like to bring things in
Stuff
that we think are cool to talk
Yeah.
about. That's a movie, a music, a game, a movie, a music, a game.
Even a written
whatever
paragraph.
Sure, whatever.
Wait, we could do books?
Nope. Yes, of course. You can bring whatever the F you want.
All right.
Think about what we're going to be bringing in a few weeks. Remember I told
Bam
you?
Margera. Whatever the fuck I want. That's what he's going to do.
Please don't curse in my classroom, you little faggot.
Stop it.
So,
You can't say that.
here is, I'll say whatever I want. I'm the teacher. I brought Ex Machina.
Interesting.
I brought... Oh, do we say, like... go... You go second.
I just got to get the title out so I know I'm not making any mistakes.
It's hard to remember.
I am bringing in...
Oh, what is it, outside? You're going to
I'm
roll it
gonna
in?
bring it in. I'm bringing in Spacehunter: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone
All
in
right.
3D,
Okay.
starring Molly Ringwald
Oh, God. Did you watch this movie?
and Peter Strauss.
You watched this?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm bringing in...
Louder, please.
Whoop.
It's
No,
Marvel
never
characters.
mind. My shirt is not Star Wars like I thought it was.
What did you bring?
I watched the original Star Wars this weekend, and I'd like to talk about it.
Did
All
you
right.
actually think that you were
I forgot. I thought I was wearing a Star
You
Wars
were
shirt.
just like, I'm going to review this. It's like the Avengers.
Marvel. I say let's go Ex Machina, this, whatever the fuck you brought, and Star Wars. How about that?
Okay.
All right, Ex Machina. I'm not going to spoil anything, don't worry, because these guys haven't seen it. I think you guys want to.
There's robot
do.
tits
Yeah.
in it, right?
I can't speak on that, but I haven't seen the film. Just kidding, I have. And yes. But Ex Machina is a science fiction film. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything here. Science fiction film about a guy who's created an AI. Now, actually, I haven't even seen the trailer, so I don't even know what the trailer says. Maybe I'm saying way less than the trailer does.
Who is he? Is he Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac plays the guy. And Donald Gleason, plays the other guy. Now, these are two Star Wars guys, by the way. They're in the new Star Wars. And I don't know the name of the girl who plays the AI.
It's a robot. They don't have
Right, she doesn't
names.
have a name. It's a robot, realistically. Ava is the name of the robot. Now, the idea is that our main character is brought to this inventor's sort of like compound in the middle of nowhere to test Ava and see if she exceeds the qualities of a robot and has a soul and has has life to her.
Do you want to fuck my robot?
Pretty much. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, yeah, it's not the most new or original thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen this movie like a million fucking times. I think this movie was like literally it was Under the Skin, like the vibe of Under the Skin, mixed with like a concept sort of explored in Her, both Scarlett Johansson films. And I liked the movie. I thought it was good. But I couldn't help but think, like, by the end, once it was wrapping up and I knew, I was like, all right, nothing new is going to be introduced. Like, I get where we're going here. I thought to myself, it feels a little more been there, done that than I was expecting. It sounded like it was going to be like this whole new fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, AI having a soul, like, that's been done.
Yeah.
iRobot did
Yeah, it was
iRobot wasn't the first.
Did it do
Actually,
things better?
When it was written, it was.
It looked right. True. That's a good point. It looked beautiful. Looked
the
great.
design of the
Music was
robot.
fantastic. Yeah, the robot looked cool.
Especially like,
Music
does
was
it take
great.
place in the inventor guy's house? Is that how?
Yeah, it's like a compound basically
Yeah.
that he has like it's like an underground part of it and an above ground part
That's
of it.
cool.
That was cool. And I will say this: there's a part in the middle that I really loved, like a Jackson Pollock thing that he's got a painting up, and the way they're talking about it, really loved that. But the best part of the movie, and again, I think I said the music was really good too, but the best part of the movie easily is Oscar Isaac. He is incredible.
I
and
love him.
we have a contender for best dance scene, the best dance number in a movie. I think this is gonna take the cake. It was
that
great.
leaves me
short.
curious.
It was short, but it was fantastic. Oscar Isaac is the man.
He really is.
He was. It's worth 100% worth seeing just for him alone. Yes, he
All
was
right,
great.
then yeah.
Interesting.
He
Worth
was one
seeing
of
in
the
general. It
leaders.
was good. Again,
yeah.
it was good, but it didn't feel very like new necessarily.
Okay.
I think I liked Under the Skin and Her better.
Okay.
But yeah, it was good.
Interesting.
I think you guys would like it. You should check it out.
I fucking will.
How was the chick? I'm sorry, chick. Who was
Jesus
the robot?
Christ.
Ava.
She was good.
I've heard that she was great.
Yeah,
I don't know
she was
who
good.
she is, but
Oscar Isaac was the best. I'll leave it at that. No, everyone was good. There was no problem. There's only like 4 people in the whole movie, but I mean,
Yeah, that's cool.
They're good. Good stuff. Final thoughts on that, though. Yeah, I was expecting it to be just based on like a lot of like recommendations from friends and stuff. I got like Brandon Hart was telling me to see it. I got Addison telling me to see it, and some other people telling me to see it. I was expecting a little bit more, but it was still good. It was really good.
Stite.
Now, what the fuck is?
Yes.
What's the name of it again? Without looking at your phone. What's
This
it called?
Spacehunter.
Spacehunter, yeah.
In the Forbidden Zone.
In 3D,
Is this real?
right?
Is this right?
This is real in 3D.
Okay.
On the poster it says it's in 3D. But it wasn't when I watched it.
What is this though? And where did
all right,
you watch
so
this?
a couple of nights ago, I think 3
Sleep
nights.
study?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
this is maybe I fucking dreamed it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It was all a dream.
No, it was real because you showed me a picture of the cover.
Yeah, a couple nights ago, I'm flipping through TV because that's what I do until I find something,
miserable
and
life.
boom, I see the title Spacehunter in the Forbidden Zone in 3D.
Immediately, like,
Immediately,
okay.
I'm like, what's
channel?
this?
Some
Go
random
yeah.
Is this
some random
porn?
I think it was like the Sony channel or something like that.
Okay.
So I mean, as it's going, I'm like, okay, this is your standard stock 80s sci-fi action film. But as I'm watching it, I was like, holy shit.
Oh no.
No.
Is this a commentary track or wait.
The first thing I see is that the main character is driving around in this car, this futuristic car that's real, built, and it's really practical, all there. And
Is this like a cheap looking movie though?
No.
What?
That's
wait,
the thing.
wait, you have a good review?
Yeah, it's a good review.
I thought this was gonna be a joke.
No.
Holy shit.
No. So this movie is going on, and I'm like, the story's not really grabbing me. Molly Ringwald's in it as a stupid little
Moggy Rigwog.
Yeah, she's like a barbarian. No, she's not a barbarian. She's a simple woman. She grew up on the Forbidden Zone. So
Okay.
she's,
Like the
You
outer
know
lands
about
or
those
something.
people.
yeah. So yeah, it's your standard movie. I guess
Michael
yeah,
Ironside.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. It's your standard movie about gotta save the princesses. But what really snagged me in, there's like the first fight sequence. It's like it's like a fucking pirate ship that's also a train, all real, completely real, moving, and it's like they're fucking running around on
Is it
it.
a corny movie though?
No, I mean, it's corny. It's
Okay.
it's corny as fuck.
What year is
but-
it from? Are we talking 80s?
80s, yeah.
80s,
Molly
okay.
Ringwald is a little girl. Not a little girl.
No.
She's like a teenager.
Okay.
How many candles?
There's a couple candles in the movie.
Okay. Maybe
But
13?
it was like, it was a really interesting take on like sci-fi because it was like really like dirty sci-fi, like
They're like 80s
like
sci-fi.
classic Star Wars was dirty
it's like
sci-fi.
Michael Ironside was like fucking like the way he moved, like he was stuck on a crane and he was like part robot and he would be moving around like I'm the bad guy and. Molly Ringwald runs through a fully functional double dare of death thing, like fully built, like she's crawling under like razor blade things while things are moving around. I'm like, holy!
I need
shit.
to watch this.
Like,
I want
Right
to
up
watch
my-
this.
right up my alley.
Was this like a movie people know?
But that's what I'm gonna get to.
Is it better than Flash Gordon?
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say it's a Flash Gordon like movie.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But like
So
as
what's the problem?
so
Is there a catch?
No. There's no.
Oh.
The thing is, it's like I have never ever heard of this movie.
Me neither.
Ever.
That's why
And-
I thought this was like a direct-to-video bullshit random thing. you
Yeah,
found.
but like as I'm watching it, like the sets they have in this movie, like I could not fucking believe what
They
was
have
happening.
sex?
Yeah, they have sets. They have sex with little Molly Ringwald. It was
I love
great.
to have sets.
Sets.
It's your standard, corny, cheesy '80s action movie, and dialogue that
Sci-fi
you-
especially.
Yeah.
Corny sci-fi, I'm guessing.
But when you see some of the work that goes into this movie, there's a scene where like the princesses get captured by the bad guys by people in real hang gliders dressed up to look like alien hang gliders, really flying around, like scooping up things. It looks.
So we need to watch this.
Yeah, it looked
Can we
really.
do a commentary for
I
it?
don't want to. I
I
want to
would
watch
love
it
to.
Yeah,
like
I kind of want to
for
watch it for
real.
real. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Like with
It's-
popcorn.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's and what was I was going to say about the wrapping it up? Oh yeah, I was saying how like nobody's ever heard of it, which is very very surprising because it's so goddamn cool. That's the thing.
Right.
I think it's cooler for us because we're the kind of people
about
who
the practical stuff.
yeah, and it's
Let
just
me
all
ask you a
over.
question. If I were to like to just see this in the store like randomly like for like $7, is that something I should like get?
You know what? Especially for you, I
Only
was
because it'd be
thinking-
hard to find otherwise.
You know what?
Probably.
Yeah.
I took a picture. I wanted to show you guys of
The cover.
No, there's just one shot of one of the bad guys' lair, all real, It's like
that's something
styrofoam.
else.
That looks amazing.
It's got like neon lights attached to it, and it's reflecting off
This
that
looks
stuff.
like some fucking like Stanley Kubrick 2001
I know.
shit. What the
Yeah.
hell am I looking at?
I'm so
I got a
excited to see
picture
this.
of Maggie Ringwald.
Wow,
yeah,
show
show
and tell
me
is
that.
great
Yeah.
because I learned something today.
He's
I learned
showing
that I want to
us.
see this movie.
Yeah, I actually want to see this
Yeah,
movie.
this is
Michael
Ironside.
Ironside looks incredible.
What? That looks
Right?
amazing.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna look this shit up.
So
What's the name of the movie again?
Spacehunter. Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. It's weird. I looked it up. It sounds like it's in a series of movies, but apparently this is the only one.
Okay.
So Spacehunter: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone in 3D.
We gotta find it.
Check
We
it
gotta
out.
find a
Yeah.
screening.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, hootie.
Now let's stay up in the stars.
Yeah, it's funny that you brought that because
Yeah, some sci-fi.
this weekend I
We
kicked
got a lot of
back.
sci-fi this week.
I kicked back, and because my significant other, she has never seen the Star Wars movies, so we're watching them all.
Right.
Well, I sat her down. I'm like, we're watching them whether you like it or
Sit
not.
down.
And
So
that's
we
when
watched.
She was like, Jake, we need
need
to
to
talk.
talk.
Yeah.
So we watched the original Star Wars, known to people now as A New Hope, and I don't.
Did you only watch the first one? You didn't watch the rest of them?
Oh yeah, just the first one.
Oh, just the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
Before you start, was it the original, or
Unfortunately, no.
Ah.
No, I don't have that in my power. No, I had to watch this.
There's got to be easy
fucked
ways
up.
to get that, right?
So you saw
Like-
the Greedo. You saw the Greedo shot first.
Oh, I saw
one.
all that garbage, and it's funny.
I'm sure you explained it to her.
My girlfriend, like before she watched it, I was like, this is an updated version where they
There's
added.
CG monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is an updated version where they added stuff. And she's like, okay.
It can't be that bad.
She's like, okay. And then it's the scene when they're flying around. They go into Mos Eisley, and
most deaf.
and they're like, they're cruising in on the speeder, and then all of a sudden, like, there's this giant. There's like a stormtrooper riding on a fucking like
For no
elephant
reason. And it
for
looks
no
awful.
reason, and it like actually goes in the way of what's happening in the scene. Like it walks in front of the
Wow,
camera
yeah.
and like interrupts. It breaks what's going on, and she was like, okay, what the fuck?
Could she tell? Or did
Yeah.
You,
Oh
okay,
my
she
god.
could tell.
Yeah.
I can imagine her being like, "What the fuck is this?"
But like, I brought this to
And
the
what
table.
about the Greedo? Did you tell her about Han's shot first and all that, or did you explain that to her?
Yeah,
Or did you just leave-
I
did you
did.
just say she's innocent? Leave her
I
alone.
did, and honestly, like it happened. I've seen it a lot of times like that, but I try and wash it out of my mind. But like watching it again recently, it happens so fast you almost can't tell. It's almost like he's trying to fucking
Right, does
hide
he go
it.
like this?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah, he
fucking
like
head
dodges to the
turn.
side.
Oh my god, how
yeah,
ridiculous!
I don't want to talk about that.
I wonder what Harrison Ford thinks of all this. He hates. He
doesn't
wanna
give
be
a
asked
shit.
about
He
it.
doesn't give a
care.
shit.
What am I saying?
But now I brought this to show and tell. Like I don't know how to actually start a conversation to just like formally talk about. I saw Star Wars.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
What was your first time
um,
watching it in a while? I guess.
Yeah,
What was it like to watch it with someone new? Like
that
their
was
first
cool.
experience.
I wanted to just say stuff
I
the whole
love
time.
that.
I wanted
That's like
to
bringing
just
a
like
kid to Disney World for the first
I wanted
time.
to just talk the entire time, but I
Right.
decided to shut my mouth
Of
completely.
course.
What did you think of the lightsaber battle? Because for somebody who hasn't seen the original Star Wars,
It's very slow
Their
in comparison.
their conceptions of a lightsaber battle are probably
Yeah.
a lot different.
Has she seen the newer Star Wars?
She's seen bits and pieces,
But
so
so
like
she
she has an
knows they're a little
idea of
quicker.
like she has an
Yeah.
idea of what a
Quicker and
crazy
shinier.
light.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it still holds up for the most part.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Star
except
Wars-
for like a couple things, like Darth Vader doesn't seem very
Oh,
trained.
in the beginning one.
like
where
what,
it's
there's
just
this part where
Yeah.
he lunges, he goes, vroom, 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 and I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
fucking George Lucas
no
fucked
one
it up
ever
because it
do
doesn't make
that.
any sense.
Yeah.
Like everyone's so good in the past and then they suck dick in the future. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
I'm trying to look at this movie not. I'm trying to talk about this not thinking about the prequels or anything. I'm
sure.
just trying to like be like, holy shit, I watched this movie called Star Wars.
Yeah, I wanna do
And
that. I've been thinking about doing that soon.
I think the most fun about it is, and it's just like sprinkled throughout, but I think the most fun about it is the interactions, like Han Solo yelling at Princess Leia, or like Luke getting scared by
You know what it
Chewbacca.
is?
Little things like that I think are just
You
the
know
best.
what? Now that you say that, it makes me think those characters are all so different and so interesting that it's almost like the Avengers in that you're seeing different worlds colliding.
Oh, absolutely.
But it didn't like. It's almost like there might have been a Han Solo movie, a Luke movie, and a Leia movie.
and
then they came together.
I
It's
really
cool.
like when first when you're introduced to Princess Leia and she's talking to Darth Vader, how could you be so bold? And then later on when like the shit gets
fuck outta
thick and
here.
she's with them, she's like, can someone get this walking carpet out of my way? I'm Princess Leia.
I'm walking here. I'm walking
I
here.
kind of love that, like how like all of
Not
a sudden like
bad
the
for a
the
Wookiee.
spunk comes out and like that reveals who her character like really
Yeah,
is.
you had me at the spunk.
I thought that was cool.
You know, when I was a boy, I was
when I was a young
Speaking of when the spunk
warthog.
came out,
I was much more familiar with Spaceballs than Star Wars.
Right, of
wow.
course.
I had never seen Star Wars.
Wow.
I had seen Spaceballs
Oh, so it's like
over
it's
and
like
over.
opposite. It's like reverse.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I know.
Spaceballs also makes fun of like Alien and stuff. So did you see Spaceballs before any of those movies?
Actually, yeah, Well, I
Spaceballs
knew what
was
they
your first thing from Alien 2, probably, right?
pretty much, yeah.
Not again.
Spaceball is like the most quotable thing.
I love Spaceball.
We
Yeah.
ain't found shit.
Yeah,
I love it.
combing the desert, sir. Like,
yeah.
combing the
You found
desert.
anything?
Someone added that into the Star Wars.
Yeah,
trailer,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that was great.
But overall, I think it's really cool. I do think like every once in a while I'm like, whoa, that's really smart. Whoa, that's really cool. And then like how the Clone Wars was just like a throwaway thing. But it was a mentioned thing. Oh,
when I was a kid, I liked the prequels.
My father, your father fought in the Clone Wars, and you're like, fuck.
Darth Vader.
That's cool the way it was just a throwaway thing at first, and then they grew upon that.
Wait a minute, really?
Yeah,
not a
Darth
throwaway.
Vader wasn't Luke's father at that point.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't have that set up.
Yeah.
Right. So wait a minute.
But it all kind of worked.
So he told. Okay.
I'm sure George Lucas had a lot of this in his mind, but the first movie it wasn't fleshed out. It was just the Clone Wars.
I feel like they sawed a lot of
Clone
it. Though,
Wars
like
sounds
1, 2,
cool.
3.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. So wait a minute. In Star Wars Episode 4, they. I know it pisses you off. Who says that? I'm guessing Obi-Wan says to Luke,
yes.
your father fought in the
it
Clone
gives a
Wars.
bunch of background.
I haven't seen these movies in so long. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
then,
very cool.
when they went back, so fans of Star Wars must have shit their fucking asses out when the Clone Wars was coming out.
Not after
Yeah,
Phantom
definitely.
Menace. They knew
True.
better at that point.
But the fact that you hear the word Clone Wars
And
it's
it's
like
like,
you're going to
what?
see the wars.
That's pretty
the
badass.
wars
Yeah.
that were mentioned and alluded by an old man in a movie you saw a
Right.
long
and then
time ago.
the war didn't happen until the last second of the movie.
Yeah,
And
but
then
it
it
was
was
cool.
explored in
I liked it.
cartoon.
Did anyone else know?
Yeah, I was like,
Cartoon
whoa,
was
they
fucking
all
good.
have lightsabers.
Oh, that's right. The Clone Wars is a fucking cartoon now.
The
too,
2D
yeah.
cartoon, I mean. That was fucking good.
I don't know.
But there's a lot of cool stuff going on with the Force and how it's spoken about and how it's not really this...
This like magic.
It's like a myth
it's,
almost, right?
It's this thing where like most people are like, that's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
even
Like how we are with dinosaurs.
Like Darth Vader is like the enforcer. He's one of the leaders. He's scary, but he's still in a room with a bunch of politicians, and they're like, "Shut up with that mumbo jumbo. That's
right.
not real."
Mumble jumble.
And then he chokes the fuck out of one of them.
Right.
Because
Right.
he's Darth Vader. But I just love that shit. I love even like Han Solo. Han Solo wasn't a believer. Like it's just very cool how like the Force had kind of almost faded away.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
then in the end credits, Han Solo goes, "Then I saw the Force." That was a blue ball, wasn't it? You
Well-
thought I was going to finish that, and I didn't.
Well, I thought you were going to me to continue, and I had no
Now
snapping.
I'm
yeah.
a believer.
I thought you'd have to make it like a Star Warsy thing.
And another thing was cool about Star Wars
Oh.
is that how it sets up this whole universe and it doesn't hold your hand at
galaxy.
all. It just throws you in and says figure it out because like
Yeah, I love
your
that.
first there's a battle in a ship, stormtroopers, okay, and then the first world you see the droids are dropped off and they're wandering around Tatooine
And you are like
and they
them,
deal
like,
with like the little garbage pickers and you're like
fuck
what
is
the
going on?
fuck is going on here?
But now, so do you like that, though, that it's kind of just ambiguous? Like you're
I
just
do
dropped
like
into this
that.
world?
Yeah, I do like
So
that.
now how do you feel about all these spin-offs that are going to basically explain every fucking angle of the universe? And all the extended content that's like I didn't say it in PMI, but the Battle of Jakku thing that like explains literally it's the opposite of what you just said. As opposed to being put on Jakku and not
Right.
knowing what's going on.
Well, I guess
they're going to explain
We've gone
everything.
past the point of no return.
Yeah, I guess it has to be
Yeah,
like that.
definitely.
I'm also a big fan of the ambiguity.
Well,
Yeah, but
especially for its time.
it's not necessarily like the
When I say Ex
ambiguity.
Machina is like that. There's not really a whole lot of they just drop you in. So and I love that. That was something I liked.
Not
about the
necessarily the ambiguity, but like how it starts in a weird spot. It doesn't start with like, here's Luke and
Here's an
this is his
explanation.
world. It's very much just like you put these two garbage can robots into. Look at all
Yeah.
these little midgets running around.
I
What is
think it would
happening?
Title
be-
crawl, though.
I think it would
Yeah.
be detrimental to Star Wars to start out with some sort of like explanation of where we're at in the story.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though that's how every single one of
Are
them
you making
begins.
fun of me?
Yeah, I'm joking because
Because
it
of the
starts with a
words.
scroll.
Yeah, the words.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
jackass!
that's funny.
You're not really a Star Wars fan.
Ah!
That's not Star Wars.
That's-
That's Captain G. I don't know what I'm saying.
He's coming back to Earth.
So
Earth.
I guess final thoughts on Star Wars.
Oh God.
I know. I'm like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Star Wars. Let make it clear. I know you want to call it
Star Wars,
but
A New Hope.
okay.
See it?
Because I thought just because yeah, see it. All right.
No,
I actually want to watch it again soon. I'm gonna watch it again
yeah.
soon. Can you not find the originals anymore? Is that the thing?
It's
You
gotta
can
be
get
on the
them,
internet.
Like,
Okay,
you can
all
get,
right,
like,
all right.
altered. Yeah. But I would say Star Wars: A New Hope is a lot of fun. It's very much it's basic. You know, I've
cool,
watched
though.
Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi like 700 times, and I've watched A New Hope like 200 times.
Okay.
So
not
it's very much like a smaller, quainter, less
beginnings.
Yeah, it's a very small movie, but it still succeeds in so many ways. Just like how it builds the world, how these characters are still really, really relatable, considering they're so weird and in a foreign place, and something you shouldn't relate to at all.
Right.
They feel like real people.
Good.
The way
That's
they
the
interact with
point.
each other, and it's just
You can do that with anything.
such
You
a
write it
goddamn
well.
blast.
Well, good. I really actually want to watch Star Wars again soon. Like I want to watch all of them. I want to watch 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. I think that's the way I should do it.
Yeah, I recommend everybody should do that.
Definitely before 7 comes out for sure. I'm gonna do that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, hey, this is fun, guys. Ex Machina. I say check it out, even though it's maybe not as original as I was expecting. Your fucking movie. I'm definitely gonna look up whatever the fuck. And Star Wars, I'm gonna watch again soon. I'm actually looking forward to doing that.
Yeah.
again soon.
So most importantly, you guys, let us know if you saw Ex Machina. Also, let us know if have you ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah,
and have you ever
and
seen
also,
this crazy
whatever the
fucking
fuck he's talking about?
I hope so.
Spacehunter, man.
Spacehunter in the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know your thoughts on all these things.
Yeah.
And we'll see you when we see you. Class dismissed.